Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is the show engineered for you, really. We take your source material, articles, research, notes, whatever you've got, and we, dig in.
Yeah, we pull out the important bits, the nuggets of knowledge and insight.
Exactly. The goal is simple. Give you a shortcut to being truly well-informed. We try to find those surprising facts, maybe add a little humor along the way.
Keep things interesting.
Right. So today, we're focusing on three, I think, pretty pivotal areas reshaping tech right now. First, how AI is kind of quietly weaving itself into the digital tools you use every day.
Yeah, it's everywhere now.
Then we'll look at creative software, how its capabilities are evolving like crazy.
Some really cool stuff happening there.
And finally, some pretty significant shifts in global tech manufacturing.
Right, the supply chain stuff.
Yeah. And these aren't just headlines, These things are going to directly impact how you shop, how you create, how you interact online.
Definitely affects daily life.
Yeah. So, okay, let's unpack this. Get ready for some surprising facts and hopefully a few aha moments.
Sounds good.
All right, let's kick things off with something that could, genuinely make your online shopping a bit smoother. Google Chrome is rolling out a new AI feature.
Oh, yeah. What's this one?
So imagine you're on an online store, maybe one you haven't used before, right?
Okay.
Now, there's this little icon left of the URL. You click it and boom, a pop-up with an AI-generated summary of the store's reputation.
Huh. So like a quick background check right in the browser.
Exactly. It's currently out for U.S. shoppers using the desktop app.
Okay, interesting. So why does this matter? What's the big idea here?
Well, that's where you come in. Why does it matter?
Right. Well, I think what's fascinating here is how it aims to cut through all the noise. Give you the essential info right when you need it as you're deciding whether to buy. The whole point is to help you make more informed decisions and, maybe more importantly, increase trust when you're shopping online.
Trust is huge online.
Yeah, it is. And it's not just pulling data from, say, Google Shopping. It's smarter than that. It uses info from other popular review sites, too, like Trustpilot, Scam Advisor, places like that.
So it's aggregating reviews.
Sort of, yeah. It generates a summary covering things like customer service, product quality, shipping, pricing, returns. Gives you an overall rating, too. Pretty comprehensive.
That does sound incredibly useful, almost like a little shopping assistant built in. But, okay, let's push on that. Is there a risk here? Could consolidating everything into one AI summary create a bias or maybe a single point of failure?
That's a really good question.
Could stores, game the system if they know how the AI works? Are we trading, critical thinking for just pure convenience?
That's definitely the tension, right? Yeah. Any system that centralizes info faces that. Look, this tool absolutely speeds up the basic check, the vetting process.
Saves time, sure.
But yeah, real online safety, that still needs a human layer. You still need to use your judgment. The AI is a filter, a powerful one, designed to save you flipping between tabs, reading endless reviews.
Right, the endless scrolling?
Exactly. But it's not, a replacement for engaging critically, especially because bad actors are always getting smarter, trying to manipulate reviews and signals.
So the burden shifts. You're trusting Google's AI filter instead of doing all the filtering yourself.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And remember, for now, it's US only, desktop, English language, so its reach is still kind of limited.
It's an interesting balance, isn't it? That convenience versus, like you said, our own scrutiny. I remember way back, before review sites were big, trusting an online store felt like detective work.
Totally.
This tool changes that dynamic, but raises questions about what we lose when the digging is automated.
It's a trade-off.
Okay, so from shopping, let's switch gears. Let's talk creativity. AI is rewriting rules there, too.
Oh, yeah, big time.
There's this development in Adobe Photoshop. The standard for designers, photographers, forever.
Seal tool.
Adobe's seriously boosting its generative AI stuff. They're rolling out 3 key new features, still in beta, though. There's one called Harmonize for blending things.
Right. And compositing.
Generative upscale, and a much better object removal tool.
Okay, yeah, connecting this to the bigger picture. These tools aren't just about saving time, although they do that. They're kind of democratizing really complex skills.
How so?
Well, think about indie creators, small teams, and maybe educators. People who couldn't afford, high-end professional retouching.
Right.
Suddenly, the artistic vision, becomes less about fighting with the software's technical bits and more just about the idea itself.
Less fiddling, more creating.
Exactly. Take Harmonize. This thing automatically adjusts the color, the light, the shadows, the whole visual tone of something you add to an image, a person, an object, whatever.
So it just blends it in?
Seamlessly.
Yeah.
Or that's the goal. It builds on an older experiment they call Project Perfect Blend.
But this is huge because that kind of matching usually takes serious skill and, honestly, a lot of time.
I can imagine. Okay, what about the others? Generative Upscale. Yeah, Generative Upscale. This one's pretty amazing. It enhances image resolution up to 8 megapixels without making it look blurry or artifacted.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So think about restoring old family photos, right? Or improving low-quality images you found online so you can actually use them. Or just adapting one image for lots of different platforms.
That has so many uses.
Totally. It uses Adobe Firefly, their AI model, and it works on desktop and the web version.
Okay, and the third one, improved removal.
Right. The improved generative remove. It's just gotten, well, smarter and more precise. It's much better at taking out unwanted objects.
Like photo bombers.
Exactly. Or distracting background stuff. But the key improvement is how it fills the gap. It focuses on using the surrounding background, so you get way fewer weird artifacts or patches that looked unnatural in older versions.
Ah, so it looks cleaner.
Much cleaner. And here's something important. Unlike some of the other big AI features in Photoshop, using this generative remove doesn't cost you generative credits.
Oh, right, those tokens for AI stuff.
Yeah. So you can use the remove tool pretty freely without worrying about using up your credits. Makes it much more accessible for everyday fixes.
Okay, so these features, they sound almost like magic. Complex edits become shockingly easy, as the notes say. But that raises a big question, doesn't it?
Which is?
What about authenticity? If anyone can whip up a perfect, maybe manipulated image this easily, how do we know it's real anymore? And what does it mean for, like, the job of an editor or a creator?
That is the crucial question here. Absolutely. There's immense creative power, yes.
Yeah.
Professional results become easier to achieve.
Yeah.
But that same power makes manipulation easier too. And Adobe knows this. They're not naive.
So what are they doing about it?
Well, a couple things. They're pushing content credentials. Think of it like a digital label attached to the image file.
Okay.
It details how the image was manipulated using AI. So it creates this digital chain of trust, or at least transparency. You can see if and how AI was used.
Like a nutrition label for images.
Kinda, yeah. And second, there are the terms of use. You're not supposed to use these tools to create illegal stuff. Harmful content, deep fakes of public figures, violence, sexually explicit material, all that.
Right, the usual prohibitions. But enforcement is always tricky.
Always.
Yeah.
But the credential system is maybe the more interesting long-term solution for transparency.
It really makes you think, though, about digital literacy. Just knowing what you're looking at, how it might have been made or tweaked, that becomes so much more important.
Absolutely. It's not just the image, it's the story behind it.
Okay, let's switch gears one more time. Major strategic move happening in the crypto world and also global manufacturing.
Right, Bitmain.
Yeah, Bitmain. Leading Chinese maker of crypto mining hardware. Huge news. They're planning to open a new HQ and assembly line right here in the U.S., either Texas or Florida.
Wow. Okay. That is big.
Yeah, targeting end of Q3 this year for the setup. Production starting, they hope, early 2026, full capacity later that year.
So why does this matter? I mean, beyond just Bitmain itself.
Well, let's frame it up. What's the real significance here?
Okay, well, what's really fascinating here is seeing how these big geopolitical shifts are directly pushing tech manufacturing physically. You know, changing where things are actually made, especially in a sector like crypto.
Right.
This is a massive strategic pivot for Bitmain, and it lines up perfectly with the whole Made in America push, the effort to bring critical tech infrastructure back, or at least to the U.S.
So why are they doing it? What's pushing them?
Several things. Number one, avoiding U.S. tariffs. There's roughly a 35% duty on mining machines made in China right now. That's huge.
35%. Yeah, that's a massive saving.
Massive. Then there are just logistical headaches, shipping delays, stuff like that. And honestly, aligning with the pro-Bitcoin political vibe that's growing in parts of the U.S. doesn't hurt.
Political alignment. Interesting.
Yeah. And for Bitmain, the benefits are obvious. Easier, faster delivery and service for their U.S. clients. Plus, they're talking about hiring locally 250 people initially for assembly, maintenance, local jobs.
Okay, so on paper, it looks like a smart move for Bitmain. Avoid tariffs, better logistics, maybe some political goodwill. But what's the impact on the wider crypto market and the U.S. as a tech hub? Is this really de-risking their business like they hope?
It definitely aims to de-risk things, yeah. Especially with the, let's say, complex U.S.-China relationship right now.
Understatement.
Right. So this gives them faster tariff-free access to North American customers.
Yeah.
Which is a really big deal in crypto mining. Speed matters.
And the location choice. Texas or Florida?
Well, you look at factors like energy costs. Texas has that deregulated grid, often cheaper power, which miners love.
Yeah, crypto mining uses a ton of energy.
Exactly. Plus, things like stronger intellectual property protections in the U.S. compared to some other places, and just being physically closer to a large chunk of their customer base.
Makes sense, but they still dominate the market, right? Even with this move.
Oh, absolutely. Bitmain, plus their main rivals, Canaan and MicroBT, they still control something like over 90% of the global Bitcoin mining hardware market. So this is diversification, a strategic hedge, but within that context of dominance.
It's a powerful example, though, isn't it, how global supply chains aren't just about pure economics anymore?
Not at all. Geopolitics, national security concerns, tech independence, they're all driving these huge shifts in where things are made. It really connects the dots between world events and the actual hardware we use.
So wrapping things up for today, looking back at these three topics, AI in Chrome, AI in Photoshop, Bitmain moving manufacturing, they seem different, but there's a thread, isn't there?
Definitely. It feels like it all points back to, well, two big forces. One is the incredible power and the two-sided nature of AI.
Yeah, the convenience and the complications.
Exactly. And the other is this complex dance of global supply chains being reshaped by politics as much as business needs.
Convenience versus control, almost, and how technology is caught in the middle, pushing forward.
Yeah, well put. And maybe this raises an important question for you, the listener.
Go on.
As AI gets deeper into everything we do online, from shopping to creating, and as these global supply chains keep shifting because of geopolitics, how will you navigate that balance? The balance between convenience, creativity, and the growing need for digital literacy, for awareness of where our tech actually comes from.
That's a great thought to end on, something really worth mulling over. Well, thank you for joining us on this exploration, this look into the intersections of tech, business, and daily life. We really encourage you to keep exploring these complex, fascinating topics. Until next time, stay curious.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.